All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, can people hear me? If yeah, thumbs up. Okay, good, good, good. Welcome to Gen Chem 1, everybody. My name is Dr. Casey Andrews, and I will be your instructor for this semester. We also have a student that will be helping me out. Let me just see if he's here yet. Looks like he's not here yet. So when he gets here, I'll have him say a little blurb about himself. But what we're going to do today is we're just going to go over the syllabus and we're going to go over how Blackboard works for this class. So you will know what is expected of you. If you have any questions during this, feel free to just type it in chat. I'm going to leave everybody like auto muted and not allow you to unmute yourself just in case, people forget that, they're not muted and then some random sound happens. But yeah, if you have a question, put it in chat. And if you need to, I can unmute you and we can go from there. But I am now going to start sharing my screen. So let's do that. All right. And so let's just go over the syllabus. So there we go. All right. So class hours, I am going to be doing a live lecture Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 10:50. Now with the whole pandemic thing going on and everybody, having to work from home, I understand that you might not be able to make it every time. So I will be recording these videos and posting them online and giving the link on Blackboard. That being said, it would still be nice if you could come because I will be working on problems in lifetime and that will force you to actually like sit down and study and do the problems, kind of set up a schedule for yourself. And it will also give you an opportunity to ask me a question live if you have any of those. Email, if you have questions that you want to talk to me, feel free to email me. I'm pretty good at answering. Just be aware if you email me like after 8 p.m., I'm probably not going to answer till the next day. If you send me an email like at 3 a.m., sometime when I'm sleeping, what might happen is I might look at it on my phone like early in the morning while I'm still like half asleep and completely forget about it. So if you don't hear back from me from like 12-ish hours, just shoot me another email because it could have just accidentally slipped my mind. Office hours. So it's kind of weird to have office hours since we're online. I put down these times as when I'm going to be available for sure. If these times don't work for you, just email me and we can set something else up. If you'd like to talk to me one-on-one, just shoot me an email and we can set something up, no problem. Okay, textbook, TRO, it is already provided and I will show you how to get that in Blackboard. Homework, Mastering Chemistry, again, Blackboard. Calculator, so you need a calculator that can do like logs, natural logs, exponents. So a scientific calculator. It doesn't have to be a fancy graphing calculator. You can just go and pick one up for like $10 to $15 and you'll know it's good if it has like an E to the power or ln or log, base 10 stuff. If it has that, that is all you need for this class because we are going to be dealing with logs. All right, so just course description. So this is the first semester of a 2-semester course. It is math intensive, so it does have a math prereq to go with it. And also there's a lab component, Chem 1111. So make sure you are also taking the lab if you're signed up for this lecture. Because generally to move on to the next Gen Chem, you would want both of those to be done. Learning objectives, I'm not really going to read through all of these because there's a lot and it can get boring. But this is what you will learn after you complete this course. So feel free to look at these as you would like to see what this class is going to get into. But let's get to some of the stuff I have to cover in this. So it is policy that if you want to talk to me through email, you have to use your student email. It is frowned upon for me to respond to non-student emails because any Gmail account could just be a person posing as that student. So the university really wants you to contact me using your Jaguar email account. If you have any problems with your email account or like any technical problems, I can't help you all that much. If it's a specific thing to do with my Blackboard class or mastering chemistry, I can probably help you there. Anything else, just shoot the help desk an email or call them and they will help you out with that. So conduct and behavior, this is a little different because we're not in an in-person class, but a lot of the things still apply. So act like you're in in-person class while we're online here. Be professional. Try not to be distracted while we're doing this online class, like phone if you can. Try not to have multiple tabs open. Yeah, so during exams, we're going to have online exams. And right now we're looking into a feature called Proctor U, which is basically having somebody watch you while you take the exam, which sounds super weird to me, but we might be doing that. So to help minimize like looking on the internet or doing anything like that. I'll get you more information about that Proctor U stuff. The faculty don't really know much about it to begin with. So we're going to have a meeting on that. And then a couple weeks down the line, I'll let you know how our testing is exactly going to go online. So visitors, of course, it doesn't really apply to us online now. So let's get to the important stuff. How am I going to grade you for exams? The dates of the exams are down below. I'll get to those in a second. Each exam is 15% of your grade. Homework. So every Sunday, except this Sunday and any like particular week that I'll make mention of, you're gonna have homework due. So homework will always be due Sunday at midnight. And I'll show you how to get to that homework. So that's 5% of your grade. Quizzes and videos. Again, we're going to look at this in Blackboard, but before every class, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where we don't have a test, you'll have videos to watch. And just a short quiz, like no more than 4 questions to go over what was covered in those videos. Now for each quiz, you get 2 shots. You get 2 chances to get it right. And let's say you get 0 questions right. For some reason, like you just weren't awake when you're watching the videos, you're having an off day. I understand. If you at least give it a shot, I will give you 50% for just doing the quiz on time. So you get half credit for doing the quiz on time. The other 50% comes from the correct answers. And we have some questions. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this whole Zoom thing. Reading guides. Okay, I will get to the reading guides in a minute when we go to the Blackboard site. I will get to how we do the reading guides. Will we have our lowest exam grade be replaced by our final exam? I've done that in the past. I do not know if I will do it this semester. What I've been doing with the 4 exam model is that I've been dropping your lowest exam. Um, I want to see how we do before I commit to any one of those. So um, probably by exam 2, I will tell you how we're going to do that. Am I going to replace the lowest exam with your final, or am I just going to drop your final? I just kind of want to mold that over more about that. All right. So back to the grades. Reading guides, 5%. So basically this goes along with the videos. Every time you do watch a video, you're going to have a reading guide that goes along. It helps, I think it helps you stay focused so you just don't turn on the video and kind of tune out. It will, most of the reading guides will, or most of the questions in the reading guides will address what was covered in the video. As shown in the messages we just looked at, there are some called like 4 example questions. Those will be found in your textbook. I will show you how to find those when we go to Blackboard. For the reading guides, I am not going to grade if you have the correct answer or not. I have not taught you the stuff in the reading guides yet, so I don't expect you to get it 100% right. What I am going to grade you on is that if you turned it in on time and you tried. So I will be skimming through the reading guides and looking through your answers, not in depth, not to see if you got all the math questions right or you got the definition 100% right. I want to see that you did it on time and you tried. That's all I'm asking. So 7.5% of your grade, that is the reading guides and 50% of the online quizzes, you get 7.5% of your grade just for doing work on time. So I want you to keep at it every single day, because chemistry and science, these are hard classes. And cramming for these classes generally doesn't work that well. What works the best is spreading it out over the whole semester a little bit at a time. And so the idea of the quizzes, the reading guides, and the homework is to force you to study a little bit at a time. And then when you go to study for the test, you'll have the reading guides to look back at, you'll have the online quizzes to look back at, you'll have the homework to look back at, you'll have the in-class notes to look back at, and hopefully that will prepare you for what's to come on the test. And there goes one of my dogs. I'm sure you just heard that in the background. Yes, I am. The joys of teaching at home. All right, so the final exam going to be, we have a question before we get to that. Bork, yes, indeed, Bork. Okay, final exam will be 25% of your grade. It's mostly going to be cumulative. There might be like 2 lectures worth of new material on there, but everything else you would have seen before. So any questions about the grading that anyone want to ask specific questions before I move on? All right, so letter grade percentages. So here at Texas A&M San Antonio, for reasons I don't understand, we don't believe in the minus system or the plus system. So it's A, B, C, D, or E. That's all you get. You can't get a B plus, you can't get a B minus. So that's why you see the large gaps there. Exams. There's no makeup exams. What I usually do for exams, let's say for some reason you're going to be gone all day, I'll allow you to take an exam early if you know you cannot be at your computer that day. I will not allow you to take an exam late. So if you have a conflict with that day, let me know and we can do it early. For the exams, what I'm going to do is the date of the exam, I will give you all day to do it. You don't have to do it at 10 a.m. If you want to start at 11 p.m., that's okay with me. As long as you do it by midnight, that's fine. If you do miss an exam for some reason, you can't do it that day, you just found out that day, an emergency happened, what we're going to do is we're just going to take your final exam score and replace that with your missed exam. However, if you do miss 2 or more exams and they're unexcused absences, you will get a grade of FA for the course. So homework, mastering chemistry, I'm going to talk about that when we get the Blackboard, videos and quizzes, reading guides. Again, I will talk about that when we get to Blackboard. The tentative exam schedule and what we're going to cover in the exam schedule is shown here. Note, all of these dates are free to change. I will give you at least a week's notice before I change something. So I will give you some time before we change stuff. So let's see here, financial aid. This is all boilerplate stuff. So I'm not going to go into depth on that. Disability services. So if you have some sort of disability that requires accommodations, do not come to me with it. I cannot do anything about that. What you need to do is you need to contact Disability Support Services, DSS. So they are in CAB, but email is going to be the way you want to go. So feel free to email them about that. It looks like we had a question here. There are quizzes based on what's in the videos. 90%. The other like 10% is based on what's in the book. So yeah, I'm gonna open up a reading guide and show you what I mean by that. But most of the questions you can get from the videos, just not the 4 example problems. The 4 example problems are in the book. All right. Academic dishonesty. So online class, it's going to be very hard for me to know that you cheat. 2 ways that, well, let me just say, one way that for sure I can tell that you cheat on the online quizzes, and then if we have any exams that have short answers, it is super easy to tell when you copy and paste stuff. No student writes like people do on websites when they explain chemistry stuff, because on websites, they use terms and phrases that we don't use in general chemistry, like lattice energies. And when I see that in an answer, that's a tip off that you copied and pasted something. And so if I find that you copy and paste anything into any quizzes or exams, you get an automatic 0 for that quiz and exam. So use your own words. Don't copy and paste stuff from the internet. I do not appreciate that. The other way that cheating might happen is that during the test, you might be inclined to have some kind of group messenger open to kind of, group collaborate. I'm going to tell you right now, the way I'm going to set up my test, that's probably not going to be the greatest, because I have the power to randomize every single variable. So I'm going to be doing that. So even though the problem is going to be the same, the numbers will be completely different. And also, I'm going to randomize the order in which the exam questions are given to every single student. So, and you only get to see 1 question at a time. So I'm just going to save you the trouble right now. If you're going to try and do some kind of group talk to get the exam, you're going to be wasting a good 5-ish, 10-ish minutes to get everybody on the same page. And then that might be a little bit problematic. Looks like we have a question here. Oh, that's the same question. Never mind then. Don't know what that popped up. Veterans, if you are a veteran, I know we have a lot on campus. You are encouraged to visit Patriots Gotcha. Maybe not visit now, but definitely email any questions to them. 6 drop rule. So in Texas, you can drop 6 courses without it affecting your GPA. Writing center, we don't do writing in this class. At least we're not planning on it. There might be some based on the meetings we have as a chemistry faculty. Right now, I do not think there's going to be. But if there is, or for any other course, the Jaguar Writing Center is here to help you. Email them. They are great at helping you in real time on your writing. Tutoring. We do have tutoring available. So if you would like to have a tutor, please contact the Academic Learning Center. Like I said, we also have a student who's going to be helping us out specifically for general chemistry. And I'll check to see if he's here in a second. But he will also be helping you tutoring. Also, I'm a great tutor since I'll be teaching this class. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to come and ask me. Okay. Oh, okay. Are the quizzes based on one reading guide? Oh, I didn't see the other part of your question. Yeah, the reading guides have a link where you can submit it. Yep, I will show you where that is in Blackboard as well. Counseling, you do get access to free counseling as a student at Texas A&M San Antonio. So if you need counseling, please do not hesitate to contact them. Their normal numbers are between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. There is a crisis hotline, though, that is available 24/7, 365, and they are staffed by trained crisis counselors. So again, please use these resources that are available to you. And since we are living in pandemic COVID-19 times, we have to add a huge list for COVID-19. I will never see you in person unless a vaccine is developed, and a vaccine will probably not be developed by the end of this year, unfortunately. But if you do have to come to campus, please be aware of any of your symptoms. Here are a bunch of symptoms. Feel free to read those at your leisure. We are trying to contain this as best as we can. So the only thing for chemistry you have to come on campus for is lab. There are a bunch of safety precautions for that. I know when you come on campus, you have to be checked out to see if you have a fever, and you get like a special color wristband. And then in lab, you have to wear a face mask. You have to be separated. We'll cover that, or your lab instructor will cover that when you come to lab. For this class, we will not be seeing you in person. Yeah, and key dates. The last thing on the syllabus before we get to the Blackboard site. First day of class was yesterday, September 4th. It's Monday. We don't have class. The 23rd is the last day to withdraw with a W on your transcript. Please do not come to me after October 23rd. And there's a plane. Do not try to come to me after October 23rd and try to get a W if you drop. We have been told not to sign those unless there's a very, very, very good reason. So if you drop after October 23rd, you won't get a W. Okay. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Thanksgiving, 26, 28. December 2nd is the absolutely last day to drop a class, and reading days, not May, that's December. You do not have class on December 3rd and 4th. Those are reserved for you to study. And the final exam, I'll let you know when I know it. Labor Day, September 7th, maybe. I could have got my days wrong. It is. Thank you for pointing that out. September 7th. I need to amend that. Yeah. Is the material for the class going to be the same as the lab material? So we try to line that up as best as we can. The experiments that you do in lab are going to correspond to what you learned in class, not one-to-one always. Especially now that we have online assignments as well, it's not going to line up as nicely as it would, but yeah, It's going to be the same ideas. And let me just do September 7th. I'm going to double check all these dates. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't save it, or maybe I was looking at the wrong calendar. Possibly. So I'll double check those dates, and I'll re-upload the syllabus with the correct dates. All right. So that is the syllabus. And if you have other questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to jump to how we use this website. Looks like we do. Okay, yeah. Labor Day is on a Monday. Yeah, so my bad. All right, how to use my Blackboard site. And so to do this, I am going to go to student mode. So we are going to be looking at the same things. First thing we're going to look at is course content. Okay, let's take a look at these folders and get a question. Okay, take a look at these folders. In class test 1, what does this mean? Let's take a look. You'll see that I have a bunch of files. Problem set 1, August 24th. Problem set 2, August 26th. Problem set 3, August 28th. Let's open one of those. They are PowerPoints or PDFs. What these are is what I'm going to cover in the in-person section of the class. So this information, a lot of these words are actually found in the videos I have online as well. The reason why I post them again in these is just to refresh yourself while I'm talking, like, what did you watch in the video? So this is like, the best way to learn something is repetition. So the video, you see it once, and then I'm going to hit you with it again in the online lecture. But what's really important are these questions. I'm going to have questions that we're going to go over in class. And what I'm going to do for the exam, I'm going to look at the material I put in these PowerPoint slides, and I'm going to reword the questions or change the numbers or ask you some facts from these fact slides, and that's your exam. So if you know all of the material, if you can answer all of the questions, if you can do all the math in these PowerPoints, you should do fine on the exam, because that's how I'm going to make the exam. I'm going to look at what did we do in class. Okay, that's what the exam is going to be. So I would suggest that you either, when we do the online class, or if you're watching on tape delay, you have these in front of you, or you have these like on a phone already, because it's kind of a waste of time for you to rewrite the question that I'm asking when I have these online already. So on Monday, just have this either printed out or on another screen ready to go, and we will cover that. And I will never grade these questions. You never have to turn in these questions. These are just the questions I will be asking the exam on. And we have a question. Are these this? No, they are similar to the slides in our folders with the dates in them, but they are not the same. They have the same type of information, but the in-class have a lot more like questions to go along with them that I'll ask during the discussion or during the class period. They have a lot more questions to go along with them. So throughout the semester, you're going to see these multiply. You're going to have in-class test 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you will also have another folder that says in-class test 1 answers. So after we complete a whole PowerPoint, I'm going to post the answers online as well. So they will be there for you to refresh. Okay, old tests. This is exactly what they sound like. 3 years of tests for you to test yourself. Notice that in 2017, in 2018, I only had 3 tests. So the material might not be exactly 1-to-1 on 2017 and 2018. They might have extra stuff that I won't cover in 2020. The 2019 test should line up pretty well though, because that's when I went to 4 tests. But these are blank versions of tests, and that's a way to also see the type of questions I asked before, and also, you know, just to test yourself again. And it looks like we have a question again. Some of those are, yeah, some of those are the same. They're just not all the same. The videos will go a lot more in depth than what I have there because I only have 50 minutes and I want to cover the big points. Tests are not cumulative. The stuff you see on test 1, you will never see that again until the final exam. But this is a big but because this is science. The skills you learn in test 1, you will probably use those same skills in test 2 because we are building on stuff. For example, in test 1, you're going to learn atoms. What's an atom? What's a molecule? You have to know what a molecule is in test 2, test 3, test 4. Test 1, we're going to use sig figs. We're going to do unit conversion. You have to do unit conversion in test 2, test 3, test 4. So the skills you will have to use, but the specific problems, I won't ask you again and again and again, if that makes sense. Another question. Exams, multiple choice, short answer, or both. Okay, a lot of short answer because it's going to be a lot of problem based. General chemistry is a very math intensive course. So there's going to be a lot of problem solving. There will be some multiple choice, but you're looking at short answer / problem solving as probably the meat of it. And if you look at my old tests, that will give you a good idea of my distribution. 30% multiple choice, 70% short answer, something like that. So those are blanks. I give you the answer keys. They're mostly correct. There might be an error here and there. I haven't checked these in a while. But yeah, so answer keys to go with the blank test. Exams are 50 minutes. Yes, I might push them to 60 minutes because if it was an in-person class, I usually give you like 55 minutes. So I might just say you have 60 minutes to complete these. Will any work be posted or will we have to go through? Will any work be posted? You mean homework? Homework's all through Pearson. I'll show you what you have to do in the actual folders. But here are the keys to go to the test. All right, these folders. This is what's going to be expected of you to do every single day. So before Monday, August 24th at 10 a.m., you're going to want to go into this folder. I'm going to skip the reading guide for right now. You will see I have 4 YouTube videos. I would like you to watch these videos. If you'd like to make notes when you watch videos, I have the PowerPoints for these videos. Before 10 a.m. on Monday, you have to do 2 things. 1, you have to do this reading guide. This reading guide is going to move along with the quiz, and that the stuff I talk about in the quiz will be covered in the reading guide for the most part. So this is, like I said, I hope it's a way for you to stay focused, and it's also a way for me to know that you kind of did do the quiz. Yeah, I will get the Pearson. We'll get to that after we get to the folder stuff. Yes, I will get to number 17 as well. So let's do that right now. So all those except due for practice 1.1. You will not find this in the quiz or in the video. How do you find practice 1.1? All right, so this will also cover how you sign up for Pearson. So you want to pay attention if you haven't used Pearson before. So to get the Pearson, go to Tools, When you're in tools, go to Pearson, My Lab, and Mastering. And you're going to see some different things to click on. If you click on like Mastering Assignments or Pearson e-text, if you click on it the first time, if you never signed up, it should ask you for a code. The code is found in the announcement. So if you put in this code, you should have access to the ebook and you will have access to our homework. If you get to a section where it's asking you for a course ID, you have gone too far in the mud. Go back, try again. You do not need a course ID from me. You just need to go to Tools, Pearson, and you'll be ready to go. And the codes on the announcements for you to look at. All right, so Pearson eText. This is where you're going to find all those for practice problems. So let me load up the eText now. So there's our fancy book. And we want to know, thank you, Pearson. We want to go to contents. Oh, there it is. And we are in chapter 1. And we are learning about atoms. What's an atom? We are learning about the scientific approach. Now, the book basically is the same thing as I cover in the videos. My videos are a way of me condensing down the book. So what I suggest is that you watch the video, and if you're still confused, either let me know or go to the book to see what the book has to say about that topic. The book is a much wider, much more in-depth discussion of what I cover in the videos. Now, you'll see something that's called Conceptual Connections 1.1. That is not the for example problem. People get that confused all the time. For the reading guide, do not use that. That is not the same thing. These are just questions that you can do to test yourself. So we go to 1.3, and let me just do for example. Where are you? 1.1. Oh, it's in physical and chemical changes. There it is. All right, we are finally here in section 1.1. It says example 1.1, physical and chemical changes in properties. Determine whether each change is physical or chemical, what kind of property. And it'll give you four questions, and I'll tell you the answer. So this is a way to just see, okay, what's expected for you. Below that, for practice 1.1, this is the question I would like you to answer on our first reading guide. Any reading guide that says for practice, you will find that for practice in your textbook. I do not need you to recopy what the for practice says. If you just want to write A, B, C, D and write physical or chemical next to all those, that's all I care about. I just want to see that you tried. And again, I am not seeing if you got these right. All I care is that you tried. And that is what I'm looking for. So that is the ebook. That is what the for practice are. And I'm going to stop share for just a second because I saw there was a question. Should we just use the videos? You can just use the videos, except when it comes for the for practice problems. You need to use the book for that. But I understand, I do it myself. the way we get information in the 21st century, what do you do if you don't know how to do something? I know what I do. I YouTube to see if somebody made a video of it, right? And if nobody has, then I'll look for a manual. So you can definitely use the videos. That's what they're designed to do. They're designed to tell you the information you need to know. But if you still don't understand something from the videos, or you want a more or a longer explanation, more in-depth explanation, or I think it's actually great to just go and read the book afterwards, because it's going to make you understand it way better than just watching the videos by itself. It's another layer of getting into your head. You can read the book after that. Can we write down our reading guides physically and turn it in as a picture? I do not care how you do these. You can print it out, put a picture. As long as I get it, that's all that matters. I already submitted the review. Can I resubmit it? You should be able to resubmit anything before the due date. As long as you do it before 10 a.m., then it should be good. The reading guides basically ask you questions based on the 4 videos. They sure do. That's the point. Yes, they do. All right. So I'm going to go back to Chrome. All right. So we are getting a little short on time here. So just a couple more things that I want to get to. Your homework, that will be mastering assignments. So there's nothing in there right now because I haven't made any assignments. After every class, I will make an assignment that will cover that class's material. My goal is that for each assignment, it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. So they are not supposed to be long. But you will have 3 assignments due next week, Sunday. And I will label them part 1, part 2, part 3. And I will tell you in their names when they're due. I will make a reminder on Blackboard, like on Saturday, to do your homework for like the first time, maybe the second time. So that's how you get the homework. Make sure you do it, 5% of your grade. And do contact me if you still have trouble getting to Pearson. One last thing for sure I want to cover. How do you turn in reading guides? All right, so in each folder, you will see a turn it in right here. This is where you get your submit your reading guides. Do it before 10 a.m. Because I can see a timestamp. Always double check that it did get submitted. You should get an email if it was submitted correctly. And that is, and the quiz, yeah, sorry. The quiz is right below that. You get 2 attempts. These are due at 10 a.m. It will also cover what we did in the video. And if we just look at the quiz, it's super short. These are usually multiple choice. Some, at the very beginning, I did like some short answers. As we go further in the semester, they will be more and more multiple choice. You get 2 tries. You'll know what questions you got wrong after the first try, and I will keep your last try. So if you try 2 tries and you scored better on your first than your second, I'm still keeping the second. So again, these aren't meant to take long, like 5 minutes, just as a way to make sure, 1, you understand the material, 2, that you did indeed watch the video along with the reading guides. And again, you get 50% of the points for just doing it. If you got it all wrong, you get 50% of the points. So yeah, so that's what's going to be due every day. Reading guides, quizzes, except on exam dates. And that is our Blackboard site. Let me get to the chats. Every Sunday, unless I say otherwise. Yes, if there might be some Sundays like at the end of the semester, or I might first, like if we have an exam on Monday, there's a couple reasons why I might do it. It's going to be rare, but I'll let you know. Any extra credit? Not right now. There might be extra credit opportunities that come up during the semester, but there are not like inherent extra credit opportunities. And looks like, yep. So it looks like the person who was going to be our SI actually did not make it. So I will contact him, and he'll probably post a video online about what he's all about. So 3 homeworks will be due after each class on Pearson. So it's 3 homeworks per week. After each class period, I'll post 1 homework that covers that material. And then on Sunday, you will see 3 assignments. If we have a test that week, you might only see 2 assignments. But I will label them. It'll be like part 1, part 2, part 3, like 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. I was like, was recording. Yep, I am recording this, and I will be putting that up to YouTube. Hopefully, this is my first time ever doing the whole recorded Zoom thing. So if there's one recording that's going to fail, it's probably this. If it does, I will kind of like just type out the major points, but it shouldn't fail. This should work. So any other last minute questions people might have? Now's your time. Or if you don't want to type it in chat, feel free to email me. Feel free to set up a meeting with me. I hope, I know it's intimidating to talk to your professors, especially over like computer. It is way better if you could just pop by my office. I will not judge you no matter what type of question you have. I'm pretty easygoing. So please, reach out. I can only help you if I know there's a question. What type of calculator do you need? You need a calculator, a scientific calculator, one that can do logs, natural logs, powers of 10. You do not need a graphing calculator. If you're looking at your calculator and you don't see an ln button or a log button, that will not work. You will not be able to do the problems. If you do see like an E, an ln, a log, that will do the problems fine. If you are having problems with your calculator, what you can do is like send me a photo of what the calculator looks like, or set up a meeting with me, and I can probably just by looking at the calculator tell you how it works. Well, you showed how to do the math problems. Yes, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. I am here to show you how to do math. This is called general chemistry, but it's really applied mathematics at the heart of it. We're going to teach you how to do algebra. If you didn't learn algebra properly in high school or before, buckle in, because I'm going to teach you how to do algebra. Before you leave Gen Chem, everyone is going to know how to do a unit conversion. That is my goal. If you learn nothing else from 40 years down the line, if you can tell somebody how to do a unit conversion like in the grocery store, I will be happy. If you do not know what an atom is, but you know how to do a unit conversion, I will be ecstatic. I will jump out of my grave and do a little dance. I've taken dual credit Chem, and I never understood the math. Yes, I will help you with math. DSS, I will talk about that privately. So random question, but what's usually the first exam grade average of your class? Yeah. So Gen Chem 1, I don't know if you want to hear that. The exam average is like in the 60s. Not great. I'm not thrilled about that. But it's a lot of math. People struggle with math. I try to make the math not hard. So look at the previous exams I have posted out there. Do those. If you cannot do those, you're not going to be able to do the test. If you cannot do the online the Monday, Wednesday, Friday test 1 assignments, you will not be able to do the test. If you cannot do those, the worst possible thing you can do for yourself is just say, I'll figure it out. Reach out, let me know. The reason why you have to pay for college is, well, one of the reasons, one of the benefits that you get from paying for college is that you get 100% access to me, as many hours as you want, If you wanted a tutor who has a doctorate in chemistry, the online prices for those are like $70 an hour for Gen Chem. You get those, all the hours you want, but you have to tell me. Could you help with MCAT prep as it pertains to your class? Probably. I think I should. Does a T84CE work? I have no idea what that looks like, but probably. It sounds pretty fancy. It sounds like it. Anything above like a 15 or a 20 probably will work. But it's 10:51. I don't want to keep people. So if you do have more questions, email me. I will post this online. I'll post the links, how to find this online. Otherwise, have a good semester. Let me know if you have any problems. And I will hopefully see many of you Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Otherwise, have a good semester.